Okay, Tenere fads. I changed the tyres. The tyres that were on it were the Pirelli, the ones that came with, standard ones, STR Rally, whatever they were. Initially they were very good. In the wet they were really surprising. But 3,000 Ks into it, and I started to get a little shimmer on the front. They just wore unevenly in the edges. To be fair, most of the riding I was doing was on tarmac, twisty tarmac roads, and I wasn't hanging around. So they kind of beveled off the edges. In fact, I'll show you. I went into my local Yamaha dealer, Bayride Motorcycles in Tauranga, and said I thought I'd dropped a weight or something off the front because I was getting a bit of a wobble. Straight away he said it'll be the tyres. He'd had somebody else in that had the same problem. So this is the tyre. It looks fairly chunky, but if you can see the top here, there's that bar that comes across. It tells you you're getting a bit low, and the edges just seem to be coming a bit. Just wasn't running right. It just didn't feel planted. Felt a bit uncomfortable. So anyway, I got rid of them. I'd been on an adventure ride with Yamaha Tenere adventure ride a few months ago. And a lot of the boys that were on that, including the guys that were running it, were talked about the Anarchy Wild Michelin tyre. Michelin Anarchy Wild. So I did a bit of research on them, and from all the field tests and stuff, they came up pretty good. And then I got talking to the guys Bayride, and they stock a tyre by Bridgestone called Battle Axe. And there's a 50-50 and a 2080 tyre. And I looked into that, and they said the grip was really good in the wet. Everything was really good on it. But the longevity, the time, the lifespan of these tyres were wearing out really quickly. So I thought it was going to be another option. I was thinking about just going to some street rubber, some real sticky street rubber, because I don't really, do much off-roading. I haven't got the strength anymore to be picking it up every 5 minutes or repair. My body doesn't repair the way it used to when I fall off. So, and you do fall off when you go off-road. If you're pushing it a little bit, you're going to fall off every now and again. So I've not fallen off this thing yet, but I've not really been pushing it off-road anyway. So I decided I did a bit more research, and I looked into it. I got into a couple of YouTube channels of guys that they'd compared every tyre there was. And all of a sudden this tyre popped up that was made in America. So I went to their site and learned a little bit about their tyre. And I was pretty impressed. I read some of the reviews, some people that put them on their bikes, on their BMW, GSs, etc. The lifespan is in excess of 10,000 miles. Well, they're expensive. But when the tyres, so I ordered these tyres. When they turned up, the thing I noticed straight away was how heavy they were compared to the tyres I'd just taken off. They were almost double the weight. They just seemed to have more solid to them. They have some of them have got like a wire tyre wall brace or braiding or whatever. Others have got extra plies are what I'm looking for. These ones have got double fiberglass rings on the tyre wall, which I think is added to the tyre. It's a very stiff tyre. It's a 50-50 tyre. It's made by Dunlop. It's made in America. And all the reviews were excellent. They said it was really good off-road. It's lots of sharp edges. It's going to last 10,000 miles. And it rides like a street tyre, and it's exceptionally good in the wet. So I thought, fuck, that's me. The catch was, it was 700 New Zealand dollars for a pair fitted. Well, that's a lot of money. But if they're going to last the distance, I'm only going to be changing them every 10,000 miles or every 14,000 kilometres as opposed to every 3,000 or 4,000 kilometres. So it's probably going to work out good, Plus I'm going to have the handling and the strength of the tyre. So the tyres are made by Dunlop, like I said. They're called a Trail Max 2 Summit. They're real grunty looking tyre. They're tied together with these bars everywhere, so that, you know, to keep them a bit firmer. They've got sharp edges on the sides, little bits to dig in on the sides. The front's again, it's an aggressive tire, lots of sharp edges. I've just been out for a bit of a burn up around town. I haven't been, you know, giving them any stick here. I've just been trying to wear off that crusty coating they have on them when they come new, so that makes them, you know, to get the slickness off them. It's just starting to show a bit now. I haven't been getting them hot, and I haven't been drifting it or doing anything silly on it yet. But the bike feels completely different. Mainly because I was driving around on semi-fucked tyres, but it does feel completely different. It feels, take your hands off the handlebars, it's steady as a rock. You just feel when it drops into the corner, it sort of rolls in better. It's hard to describe. It just feels more planted, more solid. Yeah, once I've tore up the Coromandel Road a couple of times and back, I'll have a better idea of how happy I am when I'm better at the moment. Yeah, the price, I had to have a lie down after I'd paid $700, to be honest. It was fucking, I thought that was extortionately expensive, but like I said, if I'm going to get the K's out of it, and I'm going to keep this bike, and decide to keep it, it'd be silly to sell it. I'd actually lose money on it if I sold it. And I'm having so much fun with it. Every time I get on it, you know, I had it all cleaned and detailed to sell. It was looking immaculate, and I didn't want to ride it because I thought, well, I'll get it all dirty again. And you know, I was so relieved when it didn't sell because I could get back on it again. And yeah, I'm going to go for a tear up on it in a minute. Nice night, maybe drive down to Montgomery or something and have an ice cream or get something for dinner. But yeah, so that's the Trail Max, Dunlop Trail Max Summit tire, 50/50 tire. Expensive, yep. They look the part, they feel the part, and time will tell. Once I've ridden it in the wet on the Coromandel Road, I'll know a bit more. I'll be able to tell you a bit more about whether I recommend it or not. But at this stage, it's something different. It's outside the box. Nobody else is, I don't think anybody else is running those tyres on a Tenere, not that I've been made aware of. It's a new concept, new brand to me, so I thought, well, fuck it, we'll give it a go. And you know, everybody else has tried the Battle Axes and the Anarchy Wells, etc. So I thought I'd give this a spin and see how they pan out. So I'll give you a bit of feedback. Over and out.